Whenever they realize that I'm making a lot of money off of it, I've actually taken 2 vacations on this money. Kind of almost becomes addicting in a way. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a video that I've been wanting to do for a really long time, but I just haven't had time, and that is how to buy and sell things online. So if you're interested in seeing how I buy things and sell them online, stick around. For me personally, I kind of started doing it almost by accident. I'll share with you guys here in a second what specifically I make the most money on. But yeah, you just start selling your things online, and before you know it, you're making money, and it kind of almost becomes addicting in a way. But anyway, so my personal story of how I got started buying and selling online is kind of like I said, by accident. So people always laugh when I tell them what sells the most for me, but then whenever they realize that I'm making a lot of money off of it, they are like, oh, well, that's really cool if you're making money off of it. So a lot of girls out there, I think, are going to be able to understand like my story and be like, yeah, I can get how that could happen. But as a female, we know that you get a certain bra that is either really comfortable or it's not comfortable. And so sometimes when we try them on in store, we're like, oh yeah, this is comfortable. And then we get it home, we wear it, and it's just not comfortable at all. I'm also not one of those people that will return things to the store. I don't know why, I just don't do it. I don't like to return things. I would just bite it, I think, and just, yeah. But anyways, so I went to Victoria's Secret, and they were having the sale on their bras, and I bought this one, and I really liked it in the store, but then I got it home, I wore it around, and it was not comfortable. So I ended up just thinking, well, you know, I left it in my drawer for a little while with the tag still on it, and eventually I was like, I'm just gonna try and sell it online. And so I posted it online, and at that time I was using eBay. And so I was doing where you do bidding. So you start it at a certain price, and people have the option to bid it up if they want to, or if you just have 1 or 2 bidders, they may bid right around on what you listed it as. And so I listed this bra. It was new with tags. I had listed that I had bought it, I had worn it a little bit, decided I didn't like it, and so it was basically still new. And it got bid up and up and up and up and up, and I eventually sold it for pretty close to what I paid for it. And so although I didn't make money on that one, it made me realize that this might be something that I should look into doing more of. So that brings us into today's video. Okay, so I'm going to start with explaining to you guys what platforms I use to sell on. When I first started, I was using eBay, and I will still use eBay. There are pros and cons to both of these platforms I'm going to tell you guys about. But my 2 biggest ones that I use is eBay, and really right now I am using Mercari. I hope I said that right. It's MERCARI. Just go to the App Store, download it, check it out. You can also look at it online, mercari.com. And I will link my stores down below as well, so you can go and check those out. I would really appreciate it. But pros and cons, eBay versus Mercari. On eBay, if you do an auction style, people can bid on items and not pay for them. So there's nothing more annoying than getting something in a bidding war, as we like to call it. Me and my mom call it a bidding war. And people are bidding back and forth. There's several different people that want the item, and the person that eventually wins the item never ends up paying for it. And it's not set up in eBay where their card is like already in there, and when they win it, it just pays you. It's not set up like that. Versus in Mercari, it is. So on Mercari, you just flat out buy it, and their card has to be a working card in order to purchase something. And so that's kind of the pros and cons. So eBay, you could possibly, if you do auction style, now if you do buy it now on eBay, then they'll pay you right then. But if you do auction, you have the chance of getting more for an item. So that's pros and cons of eBay, is you may get more for an item, but then in the end, somebody may not pay for it. And then you just have to kind of start the whole process over again, which is really annoying. So pros and cons of eBay, and then pros and cons of Mercari is that a lot of times people will lowball you, I guess is what it's called, where they will offer you really, really low. Usually I try to list on Mercari a couple dollars more than I'm willing to take, just because people are always going to offer you lower. And I have had some people get really mad at me for not accepting their lowball offer, and I think it's just because people don't really understand what goes into buying and selling online, and I try to explain that to people. And I really think that I should do a video over like online buying etiquette, because there's been a lot of instances where I've had to deal with customers, and I usually try to be like really, really good customer service and really try to make things right the few times that I have had issues. But you just can't please some people, and some people just don't have very good online buying etiquette. But I can save that for another video. On Mercari, you do not receive your money until the item is accepted by the buyer and they rate you, which isn't really a horrible thing. Mercari does have the money up front, so when they buy the item, the money is taken out of their account and Mercari holds on to it until you're rated, and then they release the money to you. So you do have to wait there, versus, again, back on eBay, when somebody pays for an item, it automatically goes into your PayPal account. So again, there's another pro and con of eBay versus Mercari. I'm finding right now that a lot of kind of, I guess I'll use the word hipper, in style things are selling better on Mercari right now. It's kind of trial and error. You have to see what's selling, what's not selling really good online. And that really just brings me into my second point, which is what kind of items sell the best. So for me, I already told you guys in my personal story, Victoria's Secret bras sell best for me. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking. Ew, that's gross. But us females, most of us, I understand some of you think that that's gross and you don't buy it, and that's totally fine. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. But the good thing about the bras is, one, I only buy ones that are in really good shape, that look like somebody bought them, just like my story, tried them on, wore them maybe a time or two, realized that they didn't really like the fit that much, and then they donated it to the thrift store. So I've even found some with tags still on them before. So they have to be in really good shape. I have several different things that I use to clean, to sanitize these items, and again, I can kind of, if you guys are interested, let me know. I can make a separate video on how I do that, but I will not send these items to the customers without them being something that I would want to receive myself. Items that are clean and items that I wouldn't mind wearing. Something really good about Victoria's Secret bras that people are able to buy them online is most women have a particular style that they like, and they know that it fits them good. For me personally, I have a specific size and a specific like model of the bra that I know Victoria's Secret makes that I really like, and I would buy online because I already know how it would fit me, and I'm gonna get it for a fraction of the cost. Victoria's Secret bras can be really hefty in price. You girls that shop there know. And I'm kind of a bra snob when it comes to that. I will not wear anything but Victoria's Secret. Again, you ladies know there's just a huge difference in quality, and I know there are certain brands that are, you know, comparable to, but I have a particular style that I like that I will always buy, and I buy them online. So, that takes me to where I buy them. So here where I live, my two best places that I go, I do have some like independent thrift stores that I will hit up every once in a while, but for me, my big ones are going to be Goodwill and Salvation Army. I don't know in your part of the country if you have those two places. I'm sure you have a Goodwill. I'm not sure exactly how big Salvation Army is, but those are my two big ones. And for me, the best thing is this tip is kind of funny. So my next tip, my number 3, is knowing your discount days at your thrift stores. So several thrift stores have discount days. They'll do half price, fill a bag, whatever it may be. My day to go thrifting is a Wednesday. And the reason being is at Salvation Army, all clothing items are half off. So that's great for me. I can get bras really great priced. And this fact is funny. I go with my mom, I'll go with my aunt, I'll go with my grandma. They all get a senior discount. So I'll take them with me, and you kind of have to know your, not personally, but you have to kind of fill out your people that are working the cash register, because we have had some people that will say, oh yeah, your mom's with you, she's 55 or older, you can have the discount yourself, and then I'll just buy my items and pay for them and I'll get the discount. But I have had people before be like, nope, it's only for people that are 55 and older, and then I have to have my mom buy them and I just pay her back. But definitely know your thrift store's discount days. And lastly, after you you buy your items, bring them home, clean them really well, check them over for any defects. That's a really big one. When you're listing them online, be really, really upfront and honest. I have bought bras in store that I thought looked really, really good, and I get them home and they may have a tiny, tiny pin size hole that doesn't even affect the wear of the bra, but you want to make sure that your customers know that that's there and that you've acknowledged it and you have told them about it. And I may take some money off for that, and in the listing I write that the price reflects that tiny pin size hole. Make sure you take close pictures of it. Just be really, really honest with your customers, because that's the biggest thing, and list it in detail, take lots of pictures. And the last thing is going to be shipping it. So once it's been bought, you are going to ship your item. The easiest way for me is I buy my shipping labels on my computer at home. I print the labels off on my computer. For eBay, they will make the labels and you can print them off that site directly. It's super easy. Again, if you guys want a video of me showing you how to do that, I can definitely do it. But for Mercari, they do the same thing. They will create a label for you and you can just print it. But I find that they're a little pricier than if I were just to do it myself off of like my PayPal account. So just kind of getting to know, and you'll get to know, the more you sell, the more you'll get to know how much things are based on the weight that they are. For example, most bras are going to ship for around $3, depending on how big they are, how heavy they are or light they are. But around $3, $4 is usually your normal like shipping cost for a like Victoria's Secret bra. Kind of heavier items, maybe a hoodie or something like that, can go upwards to $10. So you want to definitely take that into account when you're listing your item. So yeah, so as far as all of those things that I talked about, if any of you guys have questions about that, I could go into so much detail about so many things, but I think the video would get really, really long. So if there are specific things that you want to know about on how to buy and sell online, write it in the comments below. I can do separate videos for those. I'm actually going to do a video here in just a second of things that I hauled yesterday, so you guys can see. I'll show them to you, and then you can go and check them out in my store. I would love that. But yeah, so I hope that this was a little bit informative and answered some of your questions, hopefully. I personally have made quite a bit of money doing this, and it's been really good for my husband and myself and my little family being little fur babies, because I don't have human babies. But we have actually taken 2 vacations on this money, and it's just great to have to, you know, be financially stable and have this extra money to do whatever you want to do with. We love to travel a ton. We go to Colorado a lot, and so just having the extra money is really, really nice. So it does work. I'm not making this video just for views or anything like that. It has been a successful thing for me. Please leave your questions below. If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them. And go and check out my video of things I hauled from the thrift store yesterday. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye!